Hello everyone. So we have let us have a look at one of the equations that we have used previously for temperature conversion. So we have temperature conversion, right? So what we write? So we can write say C equal to the formula is something like C minus say F minus 32, right, by 180 equal to something like C minus 0 by 100, right? Or I can suppose if you want to convert from Fahrenheit to Celsius, I would rearrange that and say something like C equal to F minus 32, right? Into 100 by 180. I believe that is right. So now I'll say F equal to 60, right? And I can write C equal to, I basically write this formula. So I can say C equal to this. So now if you suppose in a given program we may have to calculate say this kind of temperature conversion in different places, say more than one place, maybe in several places, right? So I say F equal to, suppose if I say F equal to 30, and then again if I want to calculate, if I just say C, it is giving me, if I say F and C, this F is 30, right, and this C correspond to this 60, right? They are not corresponding. So if I want to calculate again, what I have to do, I have to again do the same thing, right? I have to keep again do this same formula once again. So I have to keep every time if I want to do this, if I want to calculate calculate Fahrenheit to Celsius conversion, I need to keep writing this formula in several different places. I have to keep repeating it. So let us make it a little bit more say, let's say well, a little bit more complicated equation. So let's say if we have something like 3.501 times, suppose our F is something like sine time x to the power 3 plus 4.01 times x to the power 2 plus 2.05 times x plus 21.5. Suppose this is my formula. Say x equal to, select this one, say x equal to 1.5, say, and I said there, right? So I get this. So now if I want to, if I say x equal to 2.5, F is still pointing me to the previous, it is not calculating. If I want to recalculate for this particular x, F, I need to recalculate. I have to say F equal to this again, and now this F, x and F are point same thing, means this F correspond to this x value. So now if I have to do this several times in a piece of script, I have to keep writing this again and again. Of course I can copy and paste, but at the same time, if there's some other way we can do it, it would be nicer for us, right? So what I'm saying is, let us go to this. So we have so what we have here, so we have our F, we have F right? F equal to, say we say something like a, it's suppose some kind of a constant square plus b x plus c, a b c are some kind of a constant, right? So now if suppose I say x equal to 1, if I want to say f of 1, I can say it will be like what? X equal to 1, it will be a plus b plus c, right? And this I usually write in a different way. Let's write here f of 1. And now if I say, if I want to calculate for 2, it will be what? 2 square for a, right? 2b plus c, right? So this, right, f into 2. So now, so this is, so what are we saying here? For a given value of x, I am getting a given value of f, right? So f x. So for any value of x, we have a particular value of f. So this is something idea of the function, right? So now to make that kind of an association, we have a tool in Python. So we will make this guy. So let's say a, b, c are, for the time being, let us make them 1. So I can write the same formula f as x square plus x plus c 1, right? So now I write it as lambda, since this is the function in x, right? This is how we write, this is like f of x. So lambda x, and I got a colon, and I'll write my formula x star 2 plus 1 time x and plus 1. So this, now this whole thing, the right hand side, we have associated to a lambda in x. So what is that? How can we use that, right? So for example, now let us go back. So now this one is associated with this particular thing, right? So let us we can now suppose this, associate that to any variable, say f. Now I say f equal to this whole thing. So now f is basically has become a lambda function. Lambda function. Lambda is a function, and it's a one line, it's a special function that we will learn. It's a kind of special one line function. So let's go back and see how we can use it. So what we have is this one, right? So what I'm taking here is, this is the guy, right? I'm going to write lambda x, right? And then the colon, and then I take this whole thing. So this is the syntax that you write, right? I can't, so this is exactly this side we know, right? This is a new thing that we added. So we are associating this whole thing to lambda x. So now, so it says it's a function. So now what I said, this as such is not much of a use to me, right? So I again will do the variable thing. I'll say f equal to, I'll take this whole thing and I say f equals to that, right? So I said f equal to this. So now we can use it like a normal function. So what does that mean? I can say f of, let's say x is 1. So if we want, so if we want, we can actually look at it as, we can write a simple one. So so let's say f equal to lambda x, something like let's write a simple thing, right? X plus 5. So now you can say f of 1 equal to what, that has to give us what? F of 1 will be what? 6. Or I can say f of 20.5. So the point is that we can go back to this and get instantly what we want. I can say f of 2.5 or 2.00. It gives me a value. So now the point is that this 2.005 and f of 2.005 are pointing the same thing. This value, this is the value of this equation for this particular 2.005. So that is the idea of a lambda function. It's very simple to write, and so we can, if you want, like the one that we wrote previously, c equal to this one, right? C equal to f, this formula. So we can actually convert the c as a lambda, right? I can write c equal to lambda, right? So if this is confusing, I am going to make it as an x, okay? Lambda in x. So x will be x minus 32 star 100 by 180. So c equals, this is the one, right? So now just have a look at x is my this is just another variable name. You can call f, or another just a variable name. You associated this whole thing to this c variable, so that now c is a function. Remember the type thing? I can call it's a function. So here now it is in x. I can x will correspond to the Fahrenheit temperature. So I can write c corresponding to in Celsius scale. Suppose 656 will be, yeah. So and I can immediately get for any Celsius, any Fahrenheit corresponding Celsius, what is the temperature. So this is the idea, and so we can say, for example, a line, right? A line equal to lambda n, right? I can say line, right? So I can do that. So this is the same thing. So we have lambda in n, can be x, and in another variable, and I put, and this is our string, string multiplication operation. So n is now 20, so this is multiplying this 20 times and it give me a line. So you may have to write a print there if you want, if you are not on an ideally. So this is the idea of lambdas in Python. I believe that it was easy to follow, and thank you very much.